everyone. So we are here today and very exciting. I have got a giant bowl and a little oddly tilted camera. That's better. I've got a giant bowl of all of the tie-dye that we did yesterday. So excited. Morning Gina, how you doing? So I'll just give it a minute for people to come in. I know it takes a minute to ping out the notification to people, so what I have done is, where am I on the instructions? If you've downloaded the Procyon die sheet off the website, then we are on the tie-dye part, which is on the back of the sheet. So all I've done is put my gloves on, because don't forget, when you're using dye you are wearing gloves, and I took the whole lot to the sink, tipped them all out into the sink, turned the water on, and I run them as they are, still tied up, under water. My boiler's broken overnight, which is fantastic, so I had a bit of a flooded kitchen, but that's a different story. So I only had cold water this morning, so these have all been rinsed out in cold water. So if my hands look really wrinkly and a bit stiff, it's because they're freezing. The things that happen in the middle, you know, when you've not got a plumber or anyone that you can call. So yeah, that's interesting. My friend's a plumber, so he's coming round soon to have a look this afternoon to see what has actually happened. But yeah, so these have all been rinsed out. Hi Lisa. Oh, Northern Ireland, beautiful. Always wanted to go, never been. These have all been rinsed out really well and squeezed, and remember, wear your gloves. I wore my gloves to do it because you don't want to get the dye on your hands. They've been squeezed really well and rinsed really well, so a majority of the dye, I'd say a good 98-99% of the dye has been rinsed out. While I was off camera, I did loads, as you can see. Absolutely loads. Hi Alison. So the next part of this process, this live isn't going to be very long, because all we need to do is open them. Once they are opened, what we then do is we chuck them all into the washing machine and send them through the wash on a nice gentle rinse. I usually do a 30-at-30 cycle, just a real gentle rinse to wash out and make sure that any of the excess dye is all completely gone. And that black is contaminating the stuff that's around it still, so there's still a bit of black dye in there, so I'm going to put gloves back on, I think. So the black, where it's gone a couple of black spots on some of the others because it's been touching in this bucket, will actually just wash out in the washing machine because all the fixative and everything has been washed out. Hi Nikki, hi Mandy. So gloves back on because there is that black. The black is the strongest one, I think, so I'm going to just put my gloves back on just to be sure. I thought I was safe, but mind you, they're pretty cold, so I want to keep my hands warmer. Right, I'm going to put this to the side and let's get opening. I will start with the big bubbly black one. So this was the one that we did on camera, and this was the one where we created these bubbles, and we did lavender on the bubbles and we did black on the rest. Now this was the fancy Egyptian cotton, brushed cotton bed sheet. So let's see how this one came out. Usually I'd spend time untying them, but it's live, so I'm not bothering. I am just going to cut these very carefully because I don't want to cut my fabric too. Ooh. Come on. Oh, this one don't want to uncut. There we go. Got it, got it. Oh, look, we've got white. Excellent. This one I tied really, really super tight, so we should have... I'm not throwing the bits on the floor. I do have a bin next to me. If you remember, that's what Wada was trying to get into and root through. So if you remember yesterday, I tied this one super tight. So I should hopefully have some nice white bits. Yep, got some white bits coming up. Oh, sneaky peek of that. Look at that. That's awesome. And this one was just basically, we just grabbed little bubbles and wrapped it up. You could put a marble in there or something and make it more even, or something that's obviously not going to be affected by the dye in the water, so a glass ball or a plastic ball, something like that, and that would make it more even. I'm really excited for this one. Really excited. Are you ready? Wow. Look at that. Imagine that on a t-shirt. That would be awesome. That would be absolutely awesome if we'd have done a t-shirt. That's going to come as a panel on the bag that we're going to turn this into next week. So that was the first one. Ah, oh, that is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I think that one is my favourite already. We did this one on camera, I think. Or did I do that one on a promo video? Might have been the other one. Ah, that one we definitely did on camera. I'll do this one first. Hi, Sarah. Everyone knows Sarah. She hasn't been around for a while because she got busy, but Sarah used to be on our design team and she made the most coolest projects for us. So go back onto the blog or onto YouTube and have a look because Sarah's stuff is amazing. So this one was the spiral one that we did, which is the one where we grabbed it and we spiraled it and then we wrapped it. And this one we did in the lemon and I think it was the peach. So this one was very loose. When I took these off, it's very loose. So I don't think we'll have had much white space, but we'll see. We're ready. And this one has got contaminated a little bit by the blue, and I think that's when I put it in the bag. So the yellow has gone a bit green. Wow. Look at that. Oh my word. Even though it got contaminated a little bit by the blue, because I put it in the same bag as a different one, that looks awesome. Yeah, that's definitely that autumn leaf colour, and that's definitely the peach and the yellow. So that's what we definitely put that on that one. So that was the one, if you remember, we grabbed it, we squeezed it, and then we spun it. So that's the spiral pattern. And the back as well comes out just the same as the front. That is gorgeous. I love the spiral. Absolutely love it. Now this one was the one, a long strip one, and we gathered it like that. and then we tied it on the ends. And this one was one that you lot chose, turquoise in the middle, and we did the magenta on each end. Now I put too much magenta on, so what's happened is the magenta's gone into the turquoise, and can you see it's gone purple? It's a really nice shade of purple, to be fair. And here it's gone purple, so this one isn't going to be an even one. But I did wrap this one really tight because I nearly snapped my finger in it, but because I'm ever so professional, you never would have noticed that I nearly snapped my finger in it. We've got white space. White space. See, if I can do the white space, so can you. It's just about trying to take your finger off as you're doing it. Oh, look at the white space. Even though the magenta mixed in with the turquoise, we've still got the white space. I'm really excited for this one. Really excited. Oh, look at that. Oh my. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Oh wow. Look at that beauty. I wonder that was a scarf, to be honest. Imagine that draped around your neck as a nice summer scarf. That would be so easy to make. So easy. And the white has stayed pretty much all the way through. Oh. This one is going to make the panel of a bag, and we will be making that one next week. So this one is going to be a continued, and so are the squares, because next week we are going to be moving on from just the panels to actually making a bag. So these ones, let me just get a ruler. I've got a big ruler here. Centimeters. These ones are about 13-14 centimeters wide, if you want to do it with me, and they are 70 centimeters long. So 13 centimeters wide, 70 centimeters long on these ones. And this was the really nice soft cotton from the Fabworks mill shop. And these squares, the squares should be about 28. Ideally you'd want 30, because I think I cut these a little bit small. So to get a good sized bag you'll want about 30 centimeters square, but these ones are a couple of centimeters short, so I'll be doing a really small seam on these. So if you want to make the bag with me next week, you need a sewing machine and some squares and some lengths, some of the nice lengths. And we do have Procyon Dye and Soda Ash in stock. I did check. Right, this one I did two of, and I think on camera we did the magenta and the lavender one. I think. Oh look, my mum's here. Hi Mum, she's downstairs on the campsite. So this one I think we did on screen, which was we did the magenta on this side and the lavender on this side. This one we did the I think that one was the autumn leaf, and that one, it can't have been the yellow because that's an orange. Must be the yellow. Yeah, we did the yellow on that side. So this one, what we did was folded it up and folded it in and folded it in until we got that kind of shape. So it was just folded in half that way and then in half again and then done in the middle. I didn't actually tie these really tight, so I'm not expecting a lot of white space. Oh, this one's got a nice bit of white. When I unravel it, I'll show you what I mean. So you see how it's folded in half exactly, and then it's the insides are brought in, and then it's folded in on itself and folded in on itself again that way. Oh, this is looking so good. And folded like this. So your first fold is in, and then it's in, into the middle, in, and you tie it in the middle. Really simple fold, this one. Look at that. Got lots of white. That lavender is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Now this piece is going to be the handle of the bag, because it kind of goes like that. You can see it gets thinner here. So this piece is going to be the handle of the bag. Oh, it might have been peach, Alison. Yeah, I think it was peach. The autumn leaf and peach, not the yellow. Good spot, good spot. Look at that. Again, that'd make a really, really nice scarf, wouldn't it? Just overlock the edges and you've got a beautiful scarf. I think I've made myself another business here. Making beautiful tie-dye scarves. That lavender though. Oh, I am living for that lavender. I'm glad I found it in the bottom of a box, because I didn't even know I had the lavender. Never used the lavender before. Hi, Bev. Everyone knows Bev. Bev's from Knitting for Fun. You'll see her husband at the shows with us. They sell every kind of knitting needle and crochet hook, I should say, not needle, and everything that you could ever need for knitting and crochet. And sometimes bits of wool as well. I've seen wool on their stand. Oh, wow. So you can't really see it on camera, but they are two different shades. I'll take a photo of this one. This one looks so much more impressive in person than it does on camera. So I'll take a picture of this one and I'll put it on the probably Instagram, and I'll probably put it on to Facebook too, so you can see. Now it's picked up a bit of colour from the table, but that'll just wash out because there's no fixative in it because I've already washed it out. Tie-dye face cover. Well, we're going to have to be making them for ourselves soon, aren't we? Oh, we're doing great, Bev. Thank you. Hope you lot are well. Missing everybody at the shows, though. Didn't realise how much I missed shows until they all got taken away from us, I tell you. Right, let's have a look at one of the triangle ones. I did one of these triangles on camera, and I did one of the triangles off camera, and it was that one I believe that we did on camera. So, and this one, when I tied this one, my elastic band, because they were a bit old and crusty, actually snapped and hit me in the face. So I do have a red welt on my face, so please just be careful when you're using elastic bands and tying, especially this kind of shape, because it's quite easy for them to ping off. Just saying. That one got some impressive white space, so you know, getting hit in the face by it was actually worth it 100% by the looks of that. And this one's got a little bit of white space as well. So this one we did the scarlet and we did the peach on this one. And to untie, so all we did was we folded it into triangles, and that's the end bit. So it's a triangle, triangle. Oh, it should probably have overlocked the ends on some of these. Oh, look at that. Just keep on going with the triangle. Now, I hope you're all thinking, watching this, that tie-dyeing is really, really, really simple, because it is, and it is so much fun. So much fun. So that one's the peach. and the scarlet, which looks stunning together. Hi Louise. Yep, looks like a samosa. Hi Lane. So if you're just catching up, you might want to watch the video from yesterday where I showed you how to do all of this. And because it's tie-dyeing and it's Procyon dye, what we have to do is we have to leave it overnight. It does say you do want to leave it for more than 4 hours. And the colours do come out much better if you leave them overnight. So we left them overnight and we're just opening them up today. So this one was the one that I did off camera. And let's have a look, see how this one came out. There we go. So same tie, just different colours. And, oh, where's my coffee cup? So exactly the same tie, just different colours. How cool is that? Yep, Louise, if you go on to the yesterday's video, once we've finished today, then you can watch it and see how we did it. It's like seeing the results first. Wouldn't it be nice if you could get the results of like the X Factor or the Voice first, because then you wouldn't have to watch all of the rest of it. Oh, can you tell I don't like singing shows? I like the winner, but I don't like the shows. Okay, what's this one? I'm not sure. I've got... Are they the same? They look kind of the same. Just going to pull some of the lighter ones out because they are getting a bit contaminated by them dark blue ones, which are all in the bottom. But like I say, that black that's come on there, because it was contaminated with the bottom, will just wash it out. There's no fixative left now. I've already washed that out. So this was another bubbly one I did, because I like to do 2 of each. So here we have the nodules. And the nodules I did yellow. And then I did the magenta on the bottom. Let's get cutting, see what we've got. So although I've washed them out really well, there is still some dye coming out, so it's a good job that I put my gloves back on. Please, when you're using tie dye, please, Procyon dye, please use gloves up until the point when you've put it in the washing machine. I didn't tie this one so tight, I don't think. I don't think we're going to get white space on this one. But if you don't like white space, then, you know, that's all good. If you do like white space, then tie tighter. That's basically how you do it. Just tie tighter. Oh, I need to cut a bit more. Trying not to cut through my fabric, because the last thing we want is a big hole in our new bag. So next week I'm going to be streaming the making of the bags live here, and that will be again at 11 o'clock. Whenever I stream, I'm going to be at 11 AM, so you will always know what time I'm going to be on. And I think I'm going to do it every week on Wednesday and Thursday, because if you're all enjoying these kind of streams, once we are actually out of lockdown, I can pretty much do it every Wednesday and Thursday until Facebook ends, really. So we're good to go. I think maybe we should get Bev at Knitting for Fun to do us some live streams as well. Do some knitting videos. That'd be nice. Come on, Bev, I challenge you. Get your camera on and show us how to crochet and knit. Hi, Kim. Did everybody see Kim's brochure show yesterday over at Crafty Roo? It was a really good one as well yesterday. Oh, look at that one. So we didn't get as much white space as we did on the black one to compare, but this one has come out fantastic on its own. Look at that. We do have quite a bit of white, like a halo. Oh, pink is washing my camera out a bit. But yeah, you can see the halo. That is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I definitely think the purple and the lavender was the better combination, but I do tend to gravitate to darker colours, so that'll be why. Right, now this one and this one, these were the last two that I had to tie, and I was running out of ideas of different ties to do, so all I did was tie them in about 4 knots. And on this one I put the ultramarine and black, and this one I put turquoise and magenta. And the magenta seems to have disappeared and turned into purple completely, because you can colour mix the dyes together. Let's see what happened. I quite literally just tied them in knots. This might have been a really bad idea, because I might not be able to get them open. Oh no. Untying knotted fabric. I don't think it was a clever idea, to be honest, but you know, we'll see what happens. And I did try and tie them in the same amount of knots, so they both should be roughly the same. Oh, I might just be opening one on camera because these ones are really difficult. Or I'll take them down to Mum in the camper van and she can open them for me. That'll give you something to do for the afternoon, trying to untie wet knots, Mum. Am I getting it? Oh, it's coming, it's coming. Got it. So I tied them round like that. So they were all twisted, and then just tied them in knots. Oh, actually, these are going to come out really nice. That was a really good idea. And these ones I did as the handles. So this is going to be handles. As you can see, when I cut my fabric, it kind of went in a bit. But that came out really cool. Really liking this bit here. Kind of looks like a face, like a dog. Can you see it? There's his eyes. There's his nose. I'm definitely seeing a dog right there. So to say that was just I don't know what to do, I'm just going to tie 6 random knots in these things, that actually has come out really nice. Really nice. What is that? No, you don't want to do it, Mum. Okay, I'll do it. Oh, this one might have some white space in it. I think I tied this one quite a bit tighter. Oh, I'm not going to undo all the knots on these. I did these really tight. They're going to take ages to undo, so I'll do that off camera. But I did get white space. Look at that. So that one was the ultramarine and the black, and that one was the magenta and the turquoise, and that magenta has pretty much gone into a deep purple, which is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I am loving that one. And that one. Definitely not untying them on camera because it's going to take ages. Oh. So these ones, I did this one on camera, I think. So we did that, folded it in half and then tied it, and we did the autumn leaf, the peach and the lemon on this one. And the other one I did off camera, and I did the autumn leaf, the scarlet and then black on the end. See how that would go. And the black isn't as jet black as I would like it, if you remember from yesterday. And for those who didn't catch us yesterday, with the black, I always measure it out, and all the measurements are on yesterday. So with the black, I usually put in double plus a bit extra for good luck, and I should have put in a little bit more, because I've mainly used it on the Egyptian cotton, and the Egyptian cotton really soaks up dye, really soaks up dye. So this was the one where we folded it in half, and the Egyptian cotton has really soaked up the dye, and it's really taken the colour, but it wants more. Oh wow, look at that. This reusable bag is going to come out fantastic when we're done. Absolutely fantastic. So as I was saying, the black isn't quite as black as what I wanted, but that's fine. And I did this one differently. I tied this one with elastic bands to show the difference between string and elastic band. It's still going to look good, but it's not going to be the jet black I wanted. Now the elastic band one has actually got more white space than this one. But the black is still pretty black. It's just me being picky, I think. I should put the stripes going the same way, then you can see. That way. Wow. I think I like that one the best over that one. I'm leaning towards this one as my favourite one. Hi Eddie! Eddie, you're going to do some tie-dyeing with us? Make yourself a nice colourful t-shirt. That one is really, oh, I'm loving that one. Loving that one. I've got a few more to do. And then what I'm going to do is throw them all into the washing machine and give them a nice rinse out. Right, so this one was one I did off camera where we did that with the long one. So that one, we've already opened the other counterpart to that one, and it came out looking amazing. And look at that, we've got white space. So this one I did turquoise on the outside and lavender on the inside. Oh, should definitely have overlooked the ends of these, tell you. Oh, wow. Wow. Look at that. That is so cool. Yeah, only in blue. The blue and the lavender look nice on Eddie's t-shirt. Went it, Ed? Sorry, I shouldn't say Eddie, it's Ed, isn't it? So these ones, I did these ones off camera, and I tied them really tight in a twist, and then folded it together and twisted it again, and then tied it at the ends. And I just loosely tied it because I didn't want any white space on these. Hope you're being good today, Mr. Ed. Ah, fab Sarah. On a work call. Who needs work right now, eh? I have no idea how these are going to come out because I've never done this twist before. I have seen it done, but I've never done it personally. So, oh, kind of looks like a snakeskin pattern, doesn't it? That is really quite different. Was not expecting that at all. So that one was the magenta and black, and the magenta has kind of come out in like heart shapes. That's really cool. Probably couldn't do that again if I tried. Oh no, it's kind of come out on this one as well. And this one I did the turquoise and black. And these ones I did for the handle of the square bag. That's why they're long and thin. And this is done in the cotton bed sheet. Yeah, it's come out in hearts. I like that. Never knew you could do hearts. Mermaid, exactly. Mermaid. Wow, really enjoying these. So we've not got many more to open. Now these ones were really, really technical. What I did was I just scrunched and scrunched and scrunched and scrunched and then randomly tied them round and then squirted colour wherever. So how these are going to come out, there is not a set pattern to these ones. Because you don't have to follow a pattern. You can just screw them all up and just wrap it however it turns out. Oh, here comes the rain. I did get a little bit of white space, but I think that was because I was very sparing with the dye on these ones because I wanted to see what had happened. So I got some white ends. This one was the magenta and the turquoise. Loving this here. And we've got mainly turquoise on there, but this side has come out mainly magenta. So that's come out completely different. And this one I did the lavender and the turquoise because I did kind of want them to look a bit, you know, matchy. And this one actually got a bit of white space on it. So these ones were really technical, really technical. I just screwed them up and then wrapped them. So you don't need to do any kind of technical folding to get some really good results, and that just really proves it. So almost done. I've got 5 more to open. Oh, don't want to put the pink on top of that one. And I am getting a bit of dye runoff because of the way we're doing it. What you would do at home is you'd open them and just chuck them all straight into the washing machine. This one and this one is another screw circle one. And because it's coming rainy and dark, my camera's gone yellow. I apologise for that. Could be because I'm blocking all of the natural light. There we go. It's the natural light. I'm blocking it with all the tie-dye. And this one we only did loosely, as you can see. It's very loose. So there won't be white space on this one. But we've got a fantastic spiral. Look at that spiral. This black bit here is contamination from being in my bucket, so that'll just wash out. Look at that spiral. Beautiful. Oh, I am loving that one. I'm living for this peach. This peach colour is beautiful. The peach and the lavender. I should go through my boxes, my workshop boxes, far more often than I do, because I didn't even know they were in there. And this is the same spiral, but tied together with elastic bands, and it is a bit tighter. So we've got white space. And this one I did the ultramarine, which apparently we didn't use that much yesterday. So it's the ultramarine and the turquoise, which this will be probably what Ed wants. So I might make that and do another one and make a little bag for Ed, because he would love this one, I imagine. Although he shouldn't be watching now, he should be doing his phonics, what is it? His words. I'm not sure what I did with this one. It's loosely tied though, so I'm not going to have white space. Oh, I think this is another spiral. Yep, this is another spiral. And this one is autumn leaf and ultramarine. And it's got contaminated with a bit of lavender at the bottom, but that's fine. They do look like fossils, Sarah. That's a good description. They look like fossils. This reusable bag made out of these squares is going to come out looking so funky. I'm very excited. Very excited for this one. And last two. Now, these ones I did tie quite tightly. And one, I think I did the yellow, the lemon, the really nice bright lemon, and the peach, and the other one is the autumn leaf and the peach, and this one has got white space on it. So what I did with these ones is I just, let me see if I can recreate it. I laid it down, I bunched it up, and then I just came in at both sides like this until they met in the middle, and then I tied them really tight. That's how simple these ones were. Oh my. I know the camera isn't picking up the difference between the peach and the autumn leaf on this camera, but in person, oh my. These have come out absolutely beautiful. You didn't think that you'd like the spiral, Helen? That's interesting. Spiral's my favourite. Now, this one got contaminated a bit with the black on the top, but hopefully that'll wash out. But I think it got contaminated in the bag, so that's because I ran out of bags because I did so much. But this one, look at this here. That's gorgeous. And again, that's just screwed up. So it's not an actual set pattern. These ones are just screwed up. So if you're struggling and you don't know how to do patterns and you can't do patterns, don't worry too much, because they come out stunning anyway. Absolutely stunning. I'm kind of hoping that that black comes out from there. But I do have a get out of jail free card. If you have done some dyeing and you don't like a little bit of it, you can cover it up, and I will show you that next week. So that's all of them. I don't think I have a clear favourite anymore. Definitely leaning towards the tie-dyed black, the knobbly black one, because that one is just, yeah. I'm leaning towards my favourites being that one. And I think that one, to be honest. because yeah, they're just stunning. Just because the way I folded them, it's gone a bit black, so I need to get these into the washing machine. So the step that we do now we've opened them all. So we did the tie dyeing yesterday, we did all the tying, all the dyeing, we left them overnight in a bag, and then this morning I rinsed them out really well, and then we've opened them. So now we've opened them, what I need to do is I need to put all of these in the washing machine, and they need to go in on a light wash to wash out any of the excess dye. My personal preference is 30 at 30, just with a, I don't really like to use washing powder on the first wash. And then I'm going to leave them to dry, and then I'm going to come back with them all nice and ironed next week. So we're going to do Wednesday and Thursday at 11, and we're going to turn these into bags. So on Wednesday I'm going to be using probably Markle paint sticks. Hang on, I've got a couple here. I've got a dusty couple here. I found them on the floor down the back of the computer earlier. So we're going to be using the Markle paint sticks. And there is a problem with Markle. We can't get any more. I think they're stopping making it. We're not quite sure. We're trying to get to the bottom of what's going on with Markle. So if you've got your Markle paint sticks, they do last forever, quite literally forever. So don't worry about that too much. But I would say if you are a fan of Markle paint sticks, to get them before they are gone, because we are the importer for them and we can't get them. Certain colours we can't get at all. They've completely gone. Not sure off the top of my head. If you order them and we're out of stock of them, what Mike has said is that they will send the next nearest colour, because if it's out of stock, we can't get it, full stop. So please be aware, if you order some Markle paint sticks, you are going to get, if it's gone, the next nearest tone colour to it. I know that the metallics are going fast because they are stunning. I think the gold one might actually be sold out, but he hasn't had time to check. I know a lot of people are getting criticised about businesses and not being essential and things. So what I did want to say is all of the workers for Colourcraft have actually been sent home. And they were sent home at the beginning of lockdown. And we haven't made anyone redundant. Everyone's still got their jobs, but they are safely at home. And the directors are going in and dispatching orders. So that means that nothing is being made, but we are dispatching everything. If there is a problem with your order, usually they'll get in touch. They'll drop you an email. And they'll say, or they will ask me to get in touch or speak to me through Facebook, and we'll let you know if there's a problem. But as a standard, if we've got a substitute which is the next nearest thing, we are sending it, just so you know what's going on. But they are in. Mike and Adam and Mandy's usually about as well, answering phones and answering queries and any questions. Email not so much. We're just getting far too many emails. So if you're really desperate for an update on your order, if you give me a ring, drop me a line on Facebook, I can help you there. Otherwise, keep ringing until you get hold of Mandy. Mandy's answering the phone most of the time. So obviously it's only one woman, so please bear with us, but we are getting orders out and all of our staff are safe. Don't worry about the staff. This is why I can't do any wool dyeing videos for you, because I am at home and I don't have any wool dyeing supplies here, and I don't have any wool to dye here either. So that's why I can't do you any wool videos, but hopefully we'll be able to get that sorted soon. But come back on next week. So it's going to be Wednesday, 11 AM, most likely using Markle paint sticks, and we will be doing more to all the tie-dyeing that we have just done. And Thursday we will be turning it all into bags. So sewing machine's out. Not sure how I'm going to film that one because sewing machine and the table is gonna jig about. So I'm gonna have to do some inventive playing this weekend on setting up camera so it doesn't make you all seasick. That's going to be interesting. Seeing my little workshop, I'll be using my little workshop sewing machines so you can see exactly how terrible I am at sewing. Well, it has been fantastic. Thank you for coming to visit me today, and I hope you've enjoyed the last hour. Didn't think, well, it's 50 minutes. Didn't think that it'd take this long to actually go through and open these, but wow, really took a long time. Did take me all afternoon to tie them, so you know, I think that's that. I believe, is Kim, are you doing brush show again today? I think Crafty Roo might be doing brush show again today or this weekend, because we should have been at shows this weekend, and I should have been at the shows as well on Kim's stand on Crafty Roo, and we should have been doing brush show workshops and make and takes like we usually do, but obviously the shows are all cancelled, which is so upset. So what you need is, depending on how big you want your bag, Nikki, I do 4 strips. If I'm doing the strip one, I do 4 strips on the front, 4 strips on the back, and then you want 2 handles. So 1 strip that you can cut in half for a handle. And again, depends how big you want your bag. If you want your squares to be 4 on the front, 4 on the back, or 6 on the front, 6 on the back. It really depends on how big you want your bag. Saturday, Kim is doing brush show, and if you want to put a link down where you're going to be, Kim, please do. So if you're not doing much this weekend, come and see Kim doing brush show, and probably poly plates, which are fantastic. I love my poly plates. Other plates are available, obviously, but poly plates are the best in my opinion, but that's just my opinion. Look at that white. Oh, gorgeous. So thank you so much for coming, and I will see you next week right here, Wednesday, 11 AM. Paint sticks. You could use fabric paints. And next week I need to know what you would like, exactly what you would like me to do once we've finished this project. I was thinking of doing fabric painting and block printing, and I was thinking of also doing well, Kim's doing all the brush show, so there's no point me doing brush show for you as well, not the powders, but I was going to do the brush show sprays because I've had a lot of questions about brush show sprays, and hopefully we'll get everything covered. And I've had a few questions about the acrylic wax as well. We do 2 types of waxes. We do an acrylic wax and we do an aqua wax. So I've got that to go through, and I did find a giant bottle in my workshop box of the pouring medium. So I could also do paint pouring with our fabulous acrylic paints. So there is, the world is your oyster. What do you want us to show you, and I will do it. So I will see you bright and early, not that early, 11 o'clock Wednesday, and get your tie-dye out. Bye.